And speaking of Valley events, this is video from Rocket Ranch. People have been packing
globe.
Really?
Yes, over 150 people showed up and it was amazing. And one of the people we actually met was the son of an astronaut that is on the International Space Station at this very moment.
Oh, he's on the station right now?
He is, Don Petit.
Don Petit is his name.
That's right. And then from where we were standing, he looked very petite.
So it fits perfectly.
It fits perfectly.
But you had a good time either way,
Fantastic
even though
time.
the launch was scrubbed. But you guys got out there, you got to meet some amazing people, it sounds like.
We did. We got to meet some amazing people, and the owner, David, he was awesome. He welcomed us with open arms, and unfortunately, the rocket was not caught with open arms because it didn't take off, but it was fantastic.
Amazing. Well, we're about to watch your visit out there to Rocket Ranch. Should we prepare for anything?
I would prepare for just an amazing time that we had, and it was awesome.
Awesome. Okay, well, here we go. Let's take a look.
It is time to go for launch.
You just as a kid, you know, you grew up thinking about space and, you know, reaching out beyond just planet Earth.
David has always had a passion for rockets, starting with the old Apollo missions since he was just a young boy. He says once he found out SpaceX was beginning to launch their rockets, he fell in love all over again.
You know, once you experience it for yourself, it gets, you know, you got to do that again because it's a rush.
When SpaceX moved to South Texas, David had an idea to give the people from around the world an opportunity to get a view of the rocket launch like never before.
I went all the way to Cape Canaveral, and I drove a long time from Houston to get there, and I got there like 2 in the morning thinking, hey, I'm going to be the first one there. And I get there and there's like 200 cars that are just, you know, illegally parked in the street waiting for the gates to open. So that was when the idea came to me that I'm not the only crazy one. You know, there's a lot of people interested in this.
That's when he created Rocket Ranch, a location a couple miles away from Starbase, the legitimate hotspot for space evolution. A place where families could bring their children, camp, interact with people from here and abroad, and witness history in the making.
It's really a space community, a place for people to come together with all, you know, interested in, you know, pushing humanity into the future. And so it's a place on the inside of Starbase where people are welcome to come out here and be part of the community.
Me and our photographer John set out on a journey to experience everything this ranch had to offer. As soon as we walked into the camp base, it was filled with memorabilia and actual pieces of the famous Starship plastered across the walls. Then, when the bus arrived, we set out to our next spot, which is just 3.7 miles away from the launch pad.
Yeah, you can feel it just vibrating through your body. You know, it's pretty intense.
We met a ton of people from around the world, with one man named Ron, who collects pieces of the fallen rocket, who has traveled to several beaches in Mexico in search of every rocket fanatic's treasure.
I made 13 trips into Mexico. I've seen every beach between here and Veracruz. I've driven in my truck on all those beaches, lonely beaches. And then I went out to the West Indies and I collected from 8 different islands out there from Starship 25.
And we waited for several hours for the launch. And when we were finally at the home stretch with just 40 seconds to spare,
And we just heard a hold. It was fixed.
it was scrubbed. And even though the Starship did not go up, our emotions did, giving us the thrill of a lifetime.
Wow, Joe. So maybe one step closer. Here's hoping tomorrow we may see a rocket launch, but just in case you don't, people can head out there to Rocket Ranch and see something pretty close.
That's right. David is working on a future project where they're going to have a replica of the interior of the ship that would be traveling to Mars for 6 months. So you can experience what it would be like for some of those astronauts.
Wow. Well, Joe, I got to say your visit was out of this world. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.